We brought home James July 2012. He only had a few issues when he came back with sort of infections due to sort of having premature lungs. He seemed absolutely fine. We were expecting him to be delayed in his development with walking, sitting, crawling, and even talking. It come to when he was like maybe on his first birthday, we were sort of thinking, we do know that, he's going to be delayed, by at least 2 months, but he's not sitting and he wasn't crawling. So obviously he still hadn't been discharged by the consultants, so they did all their tests and x-rays and MRI scans. It became apparent that James wasn't doing certain things and was sort of nowhere near to doing them, like sitting and walking and crawling. So we had some MRI tests done, and by his second birthday, we sat down with one of the consultants who basically said, really sorry to tell you this, but James has got cerebral palsy, and straight away I cried. It was, at the time, the most devastating news that we had received after everything that James had got through over them 2 years. We thought we'd got through the other side of it all, really. To then be told that actually there's a lot of hard work to be done here. At first we didn't know what type of cerebral palsy it was going to be. We just knew that it was affected by just his lower limbs at first. We weren't too sure if it was going to affect his upper limbs or his speech. We got the results of the MRI, and within a couple of hours we were told that he had PVL, which is a white matter on his brain, and it would only affect his lower limbs. At that time, really didn't know much about the condition, and as a lot of people do, you go straight to the internet to get as much information as you can. We were given the worst diagnosis for his condition, and then we were given what he would be like as a young child and adult, and straight away we had to start physiotherapy. We did the physiotherapy, and it started to work at first. We were starting to see a little bit of progress with James with his sitting, but he was still commando crawling, and there was no sign of him getting up on his feet to stand. So we had a little chat with the neurologist, who explained that he would probably need some long-term treatment, which would be a medicine called baclofen, which would make the muscles a bit more released, and would stop him from being in so much discomfort, and to hopefully stop the spasms.
Right. Oh. Right, we start walking home.
So when James started the medicine, we saw that he was benefiting from it quite a lot. He wasn't so stiff in his legs, wasn't complaining of pain and spasms, and we started to see that he was progressing a bit more with his seating, but not really anything else. And it affects everything, like from when he's awake and when he's asleep, and even going out for like 5 minutes to the corner shop, it completely affects him.